Skunks can be great pets if you get a domesticated one that has come from a breeder. Once you have a pet skunk, you need to learn how to care for it properly. Proper care includes housing it, feeding it, and keeping it happy and healthy. This will take some daily effort on your part, but with proper care in these 4 areas you will enjoy your pet skunk for years to come. So, we are going to watch about the how to take care of a pet skunk.
Method 1. Setting up the habitat. First is buy a crate for your skunk.
Before you obtain your little pet skunk, go to a local pet shop and pick out a large dog crate for it. Pick the biggest one that will fit in your home, so that your skunk will have room to move around in it. Get a crate that is made for extra large dog breeds. These crates are usually about 4 feet, 2 meters deep, 3 feet, 91 meters wide, and 4 feet, 2 meters tall. The cage should be big enough to hold a bed, toys, and a litter box. Skunks naturally live in dens, so the crate will serve as its den. Step 2. Get a pet bed that fits inside the crate. Give your skunk a soft, cushioned place to sleep when it is in its crate. Pick out a bed that is machine washable, as you will want to wash it every week or 2. Don't spend a ton of money on your skunk's bed. It's likely that the animal will destroy it with their claws, so you will need to replace the bed on a regular basis.
Step 3. Get several litter boxes for your skunk.
Your skunk can be trained to use a litter box just like a cat. Get several low-sided pans, like those made for ferrets, and put one in the corner of your skunk's cage and the others in the rooms where your skunk spends its time. Introduce your skunk to a litter box and they will remember where it is when they need to go to the bathroom. Litter training a skunk can take a bit longer than it does with a cat. However, keep trying and your skunk is likely to get the hang of it. Put the litter boxes in the corner of rooms and the cage. Skunks tend to go to the bathroom in the corner of rooms. Step 4. Create an outdoor pen or cage, if you have space for one. Skunks love to spend time outside, so it's nice to create a space where they can do that. If you plan on letting your skunk stay out there when you are not around, you will need a secure cage. If you just want an area where your skunk can explore while you supervise, a pen will work well. Ideally, an outdoor pet would be at least 6 feet, 8 meters long, 6 feet, 8 meters wide, and 3 feet, 91 meters tall. There are commercial outdoor skunk cages and pens available from online retailers. If you want to use a cage to keep your skunk outside, it needs to have a welded metal bottom and top on it. Skunks are good at chewing through wood and can sneak out through small spaces, so the cage needs to be very secure. Step 5. Pick an area of your home for your skunk and skunk-proof it. Pick a room or several rooms that have hard floors covered in wood, tile, or linoleum. This will make it easier for you to clean. Also remove hazards and items that could be destroyed, such as electrical cords, trash cans, and cleaning products. Put locks on cupboards you don't want your skunk getting into. Ensure that doors and windows to the outside are secured before letting your skunk roam.
Step 6. Introduce your pet skunk to its area slowly.
Sometimes skunks get overwhelmed by a lot of changes. To prevent this, keep your new skunk confined to one room of your home. Give it a few days to get used to that room and then slowly let the skunk explore other rooms, if you like.
Finally, keep your skunk contained in your home.
Don't allow your skunk to escape from your home or it could get injured or lost. Make sure all doors are closed and latched at all times if your skunk is allowed to your home. Also check that window screens are secured, as skunks can push through them on occasion. Unlike cats and dogs, domesticated skunks lack homing instincts to find their way back. They can also travel very fast, so your skunk may be gone forever if it gets loose.
Method 2. Feeding your skunk.
First is give your skunk mostly raw or cooked lean proteins. This can include a combination of chicken, eggs, dairy, fish, grain-free dog food, and feeder animals and insects. These lean proteins should make up about 70% of your skunk's diet. Eggs and meat can be given raw or cooked. It's a good idea to figure out which your skunk prefers and stick with that. Feeder insects and animals to give your skunk include crickets, mealworms, worms, and frozen pinky mice. You can buy specialty skunk food online, if you need an easy way to feed your skunk. However, it will be much more expensive and not any more nutritious than making your own. Do not feed your skunk cat food. It isn't good for them because it's too high in fat and protein.
Step 2. Mix fresh vegetables into your skunk's meals.
Cut up into small pieces, but don't peel, a variety of uncooked vegetables for your skunk. They should make up 30% of your skunk's meals. They can include, but are not limited to, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, bell peppers, peas, carrots, turnips, beets, cucumbers, tomatoes, eggplant, green beans, spinach, kale, cabbage, lettuce. Step 3. Add additional ingredients that round out the skunk's diet. There are a variety of other ingredients that can be given to your skunk to give them vital nutrients. These ingredients shouldn't be given every day but are great to rotate into your skunk's meals. Some options include fruits. Give apples, berries, pears, and strawberries, but only as a treat. It should only be added to your skunk's diet about once a week. Also, don't feed your skunk grapes because they are toxic and can make your skunk sick. Nuts and seeds. These give your skunk healthy fatty acids, which help its coat. Supplements, including calcium, vitamin D, and taurine. Check with your vet before adding any of these to your skunk's diet. Typically, you will give them to your skunk once a week. Step 4. Feed your skunk about 1/2 cup, 100 grams, of food several times a day. If you have an adult skunk, you simply need to give it a meal in the morning and a meal in the evening. Put the food in a pet food bowl and let your skunk work through it at its own pace. Each meal should consist of 1/2 to 1 cup, 100 to 200 grams, of a mixture of vegetables, lean protein, and additional varying ingredients of your choice, such as dairy, grains, or fruit. Very young skunks need about 5 small meals a day to thrive. However, as the skunk grows up, you can feed them less often.
Finally, provide a constant source of fresh water.
Skunks need to have access to water at all times so that they don't become dehydrated. Put out a fresh bowl of water every day and make sure to use a clean bowl when you do. It's a good idea to put a tray or towel under the bowl, as skunks can be messy drinkers.
Method 3. Keeping your skunk healthy.
First is find a vet in your area that treats skunks. It can be hard to find a vet that knows how to treat skunks, especially if there are only a few vets in your area. Contact the vets in your area and ask them if they treat skunks. The ideal is to get a vet that has experience treating skunks, but you may need to settle for a vet that is willing to learn and try. You may need to travel quite far to find a vet that will treat your skunk. However, it's important to find the nearest one so that you know where to take your skunk in an emergency. Step 2. Have your skunk spayed or neutered when it is 4 to 6 months old. It's important to get your skunk fixed so that it doesn't have the ability to reproduce, unless you are planning on breeding it. Spaying and neutering also prevents negative behavioral changes in the animals because they will become focused on mating. Getting females spayed also prevents them from bleeding all over your home when they are in heat. Step 3. Make sure your skunk was descented when it was a baby. Domesticated skunks should be descented when they are between 2 and 5 weeks old. If you are not breeding skunks yourself, this means that the skunk should already be descented when you get it. Talk to your breeder about the procedure to ensure that it has been done to your skunk. During this surgery, their musk or scent glands are removed. This will ensure that they don't spray all over your house, including at you.
Finally, get the skunk dewormed and immunized, if necessary.
If your skunk has not had quality veterinary care in the past, it may have worms and it may need vaccinations when you get it. Talk to your veterinarian about this and also ask the person you got the skunk from whether it has had these treatments. Skunks should be vaccinated for distemper and rabies. Your veterinarian may suggest other vaccinations as well, depending on where you live and what infections are common in that area. It's important to get these foundational medical treatments for your skunk before letting it wander around in your home and interact with other pets you might have. Talk to your vet about a vaccination schedule for your skunk. It will need boosters and continued care after its first visit.
Method 4. Ensuring that your skunk is happy.
First is spend time with your skunk so it gets to know you. When you get a new pet skunk, don't expect it to trust you right away. Show it that you are trustworthy by spending time with it and treating it well. Spend time sitting outside of its cage, giving it treats, and speaking sweetly to it. Skunks have been known to bite. However, if you spend time with them and they get used to you, this shouldn't happen. Skunks can't be clawed like a cat, so watch out for scratching it gets used to you. Step 2. Don't let your skunk spend all of its time alone. Skunks are social animals that don't do well in isolation. This can cause anxiety issues and aggression. Instead, spend time with your pet every day. If you are going to be gone for several hours, spend time with your skunk before you leave the house. Cuddle with it, play with it, and just be there for it. Step 3. Allow your skunk to play with your other animals if they both enjoy it. If you have other pets and they seem to get along with your skunk, then let them interact. Be cautious at first, as skunks tend to play differently and rougher than cats and dogs. But let them get to know each other and form a bond. Ensure that your skunk has been immunized before letting it interact with your other pets. This can be great for keeping both your skunk and other pets occupied, but they should not be left together while you are gone.
Finally, give your skunk toys to play with.
Skunks are active animals that do well with mental and physical stimulation. Give your skunk a variety of dog toys, such as stuffed animals, rope chew toys, and food puzzle toys. These items are especially important for giving the animal something to do while you are gone. Do not give your skunk rawhide chew toys.
We hope it is useful to you. Please subscribe to our channel to upskill yourself.